all over the world. So when we say that in our thousands, in our millions, we are Palestinians, that is not an idle chant, that is a reality. So let me hear you say it like it is a reality. In our thousands, in our millions! 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 Now I'm very proud to introduce our next speaker, who's from the Stop the War Coalition, who has always stood by the people of Palestine, who has made sure that Palestine is at the heart of the anti-war movement and that this government is challenged for its actions. Please make some noise for Lindsey German, the convener of Stop the War.
Thank you very much, Shabbir, and it's great to see so many people here tonight, because we have been told by the Daily Mail, we've been told by the Evening Standard, we've been told by the Telegraph, and we've been told by government ministers we shouldn't be demonstrating here tonight. That it's disrespectful to demonstrate here tonight. And I would just like to say we have to demonstrate here tonight, and we have to do it again on Saturday. Because we have to tell the truth about what is happening in Palestine. And you know, what has been going on in the last few days, the scenes from Israel are terrible scenes, people killed and people injured and people taken hostage and people driven from their homes. But war is terrible, and the people who suffer in wars are the civilians who are suffering, who are maybe totally innocent of anything at all. But the real people who we should blame over this are the people who continue to allow this situation to arise. They continue to allow this war against the Palestinians in Gaza and in the West Bank. They continue to justify the so-called international community, justify what Israel is doing time after time, and turn a blind eye to the number of people who have been killed, the Palestinians who have been killed in the West Bank. The way in which the Al-Aqsa Mosque has been treated over the last few months, the conditions in which the settlers in the West Bank and in Gaza are attacking Palestinian people, taking their homes, taking their land, doing all of those kind of things. And therefore, what we're here to say tonight is this conflict does not come from nowhere. It's not an irrational conflict. It's not two sides both as bad as each other. It's not Israel defending itself. Israel is far, far superior in terms of military might, paid for by the United States. And it is there. What it is defending is its right to continue to oppress the Palestinians in the way that it has been doing. And therefore we need to look at history. We need to look at what's been happening in Al-Aqsa. We need to look at what Donald Trump did with the Abraham Accords and with moving the US Embassy to Jerusalem and giving the green light to the illegal right-wing settlers to do what they're doing. We need to look at this is the most right-wing government that has existed in Israel, and it's been facilitated, it's been allowed by the so-called international community. We need to look at the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza, and we need to look at the Nakba itself in 1948, which drove so many Palestinians from their land. And when people say, why don't the Palestinians protest peacefully? What the hell do people think they've been doing for 75 years? They've protested peacefully time and time again. They've protested peacefully. People will remember, only a little while ago, the marches for the right of return. They marched to the border, and what were they met with? By Israeli bullets. That's what they were met with. So that is the situation that we are in. And we know that Gaza is a prison for 2.2 million people. We know the situation in the West Bank is getting worse, and we have to stand in solidarity with all of those people. We need peace in Palestine. We need peace in the Middle East, but it has to be peace with justice. It has to be peace with equality. And so I'm here tonight to bring solidarity to the people here, but more importantly to the people of Palestine, Palestine, solidarity to all of them. But this solidarity is not going to be achieved by our rotten government, which supports everything that Netanyahu is doing. And has its own record of colonialism and empire going back for centuries, so it has no right to really lecture any of us about what it has done and what it is doing. There has to be peace and solidarity built from below. You know, for many, many hundreds of years, Jews and Muslims and Christians lived more or less in peace for most of the time in the Middle East. That can be a situation that we can come to again, because none of those people are our enemy. The enemy are the people who are trying to destroy the right of the Palestinians. So we can't rely on the Arab states to do it for us. And I would just say one word: if we care about what is happening to the people in Gaza today, Egypt could open the Rafah crossing now and free the people. And they won't do it. They won't do it. And I'd also just like to say one word about these Labour MPs who are defending what is going on there. I think some of these left Labour MPs need to grow a backbone and understand we have to stand up for the right of Palestinians. So, thanks for coming tonight. Please be here again at Oxford Circus on Saturday, where we're going to demonstrate, I'm sure, in huge numbers. And let's make sure we send from London, loud and clear, solidarity with the people of Palestine.